Hello, this is Rob from Rims Models. This is my second update of the RYEFIELD Panther with the full interior and the cutaway parts. So I'd just like to say a big thank you to all my subscribers, all your kind comments as well in the last video. It was really appreciated. So here we carry on with the turret. We're actually doing the commander's cupola now. There's a lot of parts on this. It's very detailed as well. There is an ejector pin mark underneath, which it's easy enough to get rid of. But careful as well, because you can have this hatch working as well. So just be careful with your glue. I mean, you don't have to have it open because it's the cutaway version. You can see in anyway. But I decide to leave it open. Now these parts I'm fitting on now, there's actually 3, 4, 5, there's 7 parts, and they're all different numbered as well, so just be careful you don't get them mixed up. So what I've done, you can just see on the top of the screen, I've actually laid them out in order. They are a bit of a tight fit, but once they're in, they're not coming out. Bit of extra thin just to hold them in place. There, just fitting the last couple now. Well, that's all it needs, just a little tiny bit of glue, and they ain't moving. There's a lot more parts to glue on the outside yet. Right now we're fitting the vision blocks now. Again, there's 7 of these, and just make sure you get them the right way. The instructions are really clear, and you got like a close-up of it, so you know you're getting it in the right order. Okay, they are a little bit tight, but where the sprue gates are, they're actually on the side of the vision ports, so you cut them off and just sand them down, and then you'll have no trouble. Up till now, the fit's been excellent, with no trouble at all. And also you can fit these and then just get a bit of masking fluid just to mask off the glass, the clear part, and then you can spray it in situ then. Just making sure I'm getting them the right way. As you can see, look. Now that's them all fitted now. Again, a little bit of glue just to hold them in place. Now this will just, there's like a hole that lines up with a pin, so you know you get it in the right place. And all I'm doing, I'm just putting them in, pushing it in just to make sure I got the vision blocks square. There you can see, look, it is a bit tight. And then you don't have to glue that in because it's a really tight fit. But I don't do it now, but a bit later on I'll glue it in position, because there's still some more parts to fit on that yet. As you can see, really detailed, and the actual cupola's got some lovely texture on it. Right, now here there's seven pieces of these photo etch. I just did them off camera because they're that small. I think it would have been really difficult for you to see. Well, each one's got 3 folds on them as well. So all I'm doing is dipping them in my super glue and just sticking them to the clear parts. Again, the pound shop glue, super glue, had no problems at all with it. Right, so as you can see, when that's actually fitted back together again, you can bend them straight. Now this will be the last time this will go in. I'm just showing you there's 3 pins on it just to help you with the location. And nice and gentle as well, put your knees in, because you don't want to break off any of the photo etch you've just done. Right, now this is the actual back part of the turret I'm working on now. Again, lots of parts. You've got the option here as well, you can have it open or close the hatch. So you've got to pick which option you want to do, because a couple of the parts are different. But again, I've gone for the open. Unfortunately, you can't close it with the open position, because there's like a bit of a plastic that sticks out that stops you closing it. This bit's a bit fiddly. There's a couple of little pins on the part, it clips in. But the first time I'd done it, I had it the wrong way round. But luckily, I picked up on it. But you don't need to glue this part, because like I said, it is workable. And this is me just fitting the actual hatch now. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 parts to fit on the hatch itself. So there's lots of detail. Right, I'll just jump forward a bit there, because it was quite fiddly to fit. As you can see, it doesn't close all the way, like I said, because there's a bit of a plastic stopping it. Okay, so now I'm just fitting 2 handles as well. There's one on the inside and one on the outside. Again, beautiful fit. I've got to say, this is an absolutely beautiful kit by RYEFIELD. If you're thinking of getting this kit, I highly recommend it. Again, careful with your gluing, so you don't glue the door shut. Right, this handle will only go one way as well, so don't worry about getting it upside down. On the actual black plate itself, there was a couple of ejector pin marks, so I've just sanded them out, but they're ever so slightly raised, so a couple of swipes with a sanding stick. And also, it's really nice plastic to work with. Right, now what we're doing here, on the actual sprue itself, there's moulded on bolt heads. So all you do, it's telling you to fit 3. So you just cut them off, glue them in, glue them on your part, and it just gives it a bit of more detail. It's a really nice touch. But I fitted the biggest ones. As you can see, I've already put a couple on. They are really small to see. Well, I'll do, just line it up, and it's a really nice touch. As you can see there, look, So you just put 3 on. Right, now what I've done here, I've just taped it together, the turret, just so when I glue the back plate on, I know I'm in the right place, because there's not a lot of locating points on it. And all I do, I'll just glue the top and leave the bottom loose, so when I glue it all together, if I've got to slightly adjust it, I can. But there's nothing to worry about. The fit is really good. Okay. Now that one piece of the turret is slightly shorter, so just be careful as well. But like I said, all I do is glue the top. Okay, so that's what I've done there. There are some parts to fit on the side, but I don't fit them yet because of me holding it and that. You're bound to break them off. But you can see how much plays in it from that point there. Look. So when I glue it all together, when I've painted it and glued it all together, I'll know I'm in the right. I've got a bit of movement to get it in the right place. Right, now we're just adding parts to the inside of the turret. All this as well is painted, it's all painted the same colour. I like to try and fit as much as I can unpainted, just because you can get a stronger bond. But there's times where you've got to paint separate, do like little sub assemblies. But all you do, when I get to it, I'll show you. All you do is just scrape a bit of the paint off the mating surfaces and just put your glue on. Well, I'm going to talk you through everything I do, from the construction side to the painting, the weathering, fitting the painted parts, and hopefully it'll prove useful to somebody. Again, this part's keyed. There's like a little cutout, so you can only get it one way. Dry fit, always test fit your parts as well before you commit to glue. Okay, so again, you got options here as well. If you're having the gun barrel, if you're having it recoiling, the one part you fit up, and if you're having it not recoiling, you're having it sit down. You can adjust it up or down, and that's the part 87, which will be fitting in a bit. That was 2 parts there, what I've done. And there's a couple of little locating points again. And the good thing as well, the instructions are really clear. Where you've got options, it gives you a zoomed in, like a zoomed in pictures gear, just to show you how it goes. And there's two different options as well. The one's in the black writing and the other option's in green, so you can't get mixed up. We'll just go through the instructions just to get familiarise yourself with each option, and if you want, just put a tick by the options you're doing, just to make it easy, because it is quite a high parts count. It's easy to forget what you're doing and get mixed up. Right, these parts I'm fitting now is the first Euro option I was on about, where you can have it in the open position or the closed position. So basically, if you want your gun to tilt up or down, your gun barrel, fit it closed, and if you want it like in one position, then you can set it up, glue it in position. But you don't want to go to all that effort and that not to have it working. Again, there was ejector pin marks on the roof. Again, they're easy to take care of. There's only been a couple that haven't been raised, but they were easy enough to get rid of. They're very shallow, there was. So there's actually the part I'm doing now, there's 3 parts. A lot of the parts you can't fit because of the cutout bit. All I've done again is just taped it together just to show you what you'd see. None of this is glued in yet, it's all dry fitted. Right, so what we're doing now, we're actually working now on the actual turret basket. These are the these will be like little sub assemblies I'm doing now because they're different colours. Well, if you go to the back of the instructions, there's actually 2 CAD drawings of the colours you need, and it shows you what colours to paint them. It's not very clear on the one picture, but you can just make out what colour it is. Again, dry fit your parts just to make sure they fit okay. And the fit on this is beautiful. There's no seam line. All I did is when it dried, I just scraped it with my knife once and it gone. It's a very, very faint. Beautiful detail. Again, all the parts are all on one sprue. So far the first few parts I've done was sprue A. Now we're on to sprue B. So you're not changing, you're not going to one sprue, then to another one, then to another one. So the next 3 or 4 steps is all sprue B. So this little sub assembly I'm doing here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 parts just on this little thing. So you can imagine how detailed it is. Also, just going off the subject a little bit, I'd like to just give a quick shout out to a friend of mine, and that's Zinzan. He's a great modeler, he does great work. So if you could go and check his channel out, I'd be really grateful. And what I'll do, I'll put a link on the description. We'll just go and check him out because he builds tanks and airplanes, and you know, he does variety. So, and I know he'd appreciate that if you go and check him out. Right, so still working on the same sub assembly. Just gotta make sure as well the 2 bottom bits you get them the right way around. I actually glued the one upside down, but luckily I noticed in time. So that piece there on the bottom, the nearest to you, that's the piece that's upside down. But when I dry fitted it on the actual turret floor, I thought, hold on a minute, this ain't fitting right. So luckily I've just managed to turn it round. So all these parts again I've test fitted and dry fitted, and the fit's fine. And also, when you're cutting them off the sprues, don't do what I've done, and I cut one of the locating pins off thinking it was a bit of the sprue attachment, and I actually cut it off, but luckily it was easy enough to fit. I really like this colour of plastic as well RYEFIELD use. I don't know if it's me, but I think the detail seems more crisp on it than the grey stuff. Very slight glue as well. You don't need a lot of glue because it's really tight, the fittings. 2 little holes to locate this as well. I'm just making sure I've got it lined up right. There you go. Right, that's that part finished. Now I don't know what part this is, but again, just dry fit. There's little locating pins just to help you. This part you're gluing here, you don't really need to glue that because you can't see it. All you see is a little bit of plastic sticking out the end, but you don't have to fit that. Again, just make sure you got this the right way up, as I just turned it round as you seen. Again, watch your fingers. You don't want the glue capillarying out and going under your finger. That's happened a few times to me as well. Just making sure it all looks square and it's when you fit this next piece, that will make it a lot sturdier as well. Still, this is the front part now on the bottom. On this piece alone, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. Just making sure you check the instructions just to see if you got it right. That piece there is where the chair, there's like a chair that fits on. Now you got lots of options here as well. I'll show you I'll show you when we get to them. This is a different colour again, so up till now we're on 3 different colours. That there, where that hole is, that's your first option. You can have that door open or closed. Right, now this is the chair. Now this is your next option. You can have the chair up or down, open or like an open or closed position. Again, I've gone for the open. Really nice. What I'll do, I shall paint it all the same colour, and then the chair, the actual cushion itself, is like a dark. It says dark tracks, and then I'll paint that separate with the paintbrush. Just be easier than trying to paint it and then fitting it after. But I'll talk you through what colours I use as well. I've converted it. They're all in my Gamo colours, but I'm going to use Tamiya on this one, so I've converted them all to the XF colours. Well, like I said, you can have that open or closed. Just be careful you don't knock it off. And this chair, this part here, I'm not sure if this is another chair. You can have it down, open, or packed, like folded up. Again, plenty of locating marks. And I'm just making sure it's all square. Right, now this is another option. There's 2 halves to glue together, but on the left hand side now, looking at the screen, there's a line down the middle, and you can cut that, and you can have the one side open, or you can have it closed like I've got it. So all you do is just cut it with your knife, and then you keep the one part closed and then the other part open. We'll just glue. I've got it on a flat surface, and you just glue it. Just run your extra thin down. Now there are ejector pin marks underneath, but we ain't got to worry because you ain't gonna see them. Alright, all I'm doing here is just dry fitting now. I'm not actually fitting these properly. When I was dry fitting it earlier, that's when I noticed I've got the one piece wrong. Plenty of locating pins. As you can see, it's really nice. Again, all these parts are the same colour. and there's like two pins, but the one pin's bigger than the other pin, so you can't get it the wrong way around. And it's really got nice like checker plate pattern on this, so you can really weather that nice bit of dry brushing. All I'm doing is just making sure it's upright and square. This is one of the pedals. Just make sure it's upright. And they've put the actual sprue gate on the bottom where you glue it, the two parts together, so you're not losing no detail. All you gotta do is just make sure you sand it flat. So all I'm doing now, there's two more pedals to fit. Okay, so you can see, beautiful detail again. That there, I've already folded the photo etch. I think it's just easier to do it off camera because it's really difficult to see. It's a really nice photo etch to work with, and it folds. The fold's really nice. And on here there's two little pins, and there's two holes in the actual photo etch. All you gotta do is just make sure you got it the right way around. Okay, so this is part 2. Like I said, I'd just like to say again a big thank you for watching. All your comments, really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you in the next update. And again, just go and check Zinzan out for me. He really would appreciate it. So I'll see you soon. Thank you.